Hey, what's up? It's Mikey. I'm doing a video review on Dr. Sleep. This is a minor spoiler review. It's like probably 0.2 out of 10 as far as spoilers goes. Like, it's not a lot. I'll probably not spoil anything because I know you guys probably want to watch this. Tune in. 2019, directed by Mike Flanagan, starring Owen McGregor as Danny, Kylie Curran as Abra, Rebecca Ferguson as Rose, which she was awesome. They were all awesome, honestly. The film is 2 hours and a half. Pretty worth it too. Alright, the themes explored here in this film are alcoholism, abduction, murder, magic, paranormal, child abduction, witches, revenge, and many more. Very good story. Like The Shining, it's a slow-paced story. Throughout the story, there's always high beat points. A man went through something very horrific as a child, meets a young girl who pretty much is similar to him. They have to face an evil group. Acting wise, it was phenomenal. Rose, played by Rebecca Ferguson, oh my god, like she nailed it. She was awesome. She was scary. She was gorgeous to just look at. Her look was unique. She's freaking on point. Danny, played by Owen McGregor this time, also does a good job. He pretty much going through the trauma of stuff. He's also kind of strong at this point. Like, he learns his strength. He's already kind of like a strong guy, but also hardened and tainted from his childhood experience. If you haven't watched The Shining, I won't spoil anything, but there's things that happen in The Shining with Danny, the character, as a child that molds him as an adult. Kylie Curran, who plays Abra, does also an amazing job. Like, she's super just fun to look at, fun to watch. She delivers. I was rooting for her. Like, I was rooting for all of them. This is more like a fantasy drama mixed with horror. The trailers really sucked. I watched the trailers and I was like, I don't really want to watch this movie, but I'm gonna watch it because I know it's a horror that's going to be out in 2019, and my goal this year is to watch every horror that comes out in theaters, and at least every horror that is out just in general this year, whether it be Netflix or Redbox, straight to DVD, whatever you want to call it. Whoever did the trailer did kind of a bad job at making this movie catch the audience. I wasn't really caught, and every time I went to the movie theaters and I saw this trailer playing, I was like, oh god, here it goes again, like this lame trailer. I was confident the movie would be a good one. It's better than I thought. I went with my friend Katie, so shout out to her. It was a good show. It had dark themes. The music, there wasn't really much of a score, I would say. I only really remember 2 official soundtracks. I mean, I'm sure there was more that I just like white noised, but there's definitely 2 tunes that I caught that were like staples in this film. The original Shining theme makes a return, and also this like heartbeat kind of tune was playing. That's when you knew something was like, oh shit, something's gonna happen. A lot of moments of tension. I mean, some things could have been a little bit more amped up. I think it delivered. It was satisfying, I want to say. It had good cinematography, especially towards the end when we go back to a revisited spot. I won't say where. There's a lot of revisitation going on from The Shining that many fans will appreciate. It was scary. It was fun. I was definitely hyped up, and the villains, oh my god, like they were definitely a force to reckon with. That this isn't an action movie, but whatever it delivered. Like, I was definitely hyped up. It was a fun movie. It was more fun than I thought. Definitely one of 2019's top movies this year, period, hands down. There were some pretty good movies this year. This is one of the definitely good movies, specifically the horror genre. As you guys know me, I have an inner scream queen in me. Definitely give Dr. Sleep 8 out of 10. I was never like, oh my god, I want it to end. As a matter of fact, I didn't want it to end. I really enjoyed what I watched. There's like just an epic battle that just happens, and I think everyone should watch this movie. And there's themes of good versus evil in it for sure, without a doubt. To conclude, the movie was phenomenal. It was better than I thought, especially with the trailers that were out, and acting performances were very good. Rebecca Ferguson was just amazing. I loved watching Kylie Curran. Kylie Curran was definitely a show stealer. For a 13-year-old girl, whatever age she is, she had experience and professionalism. People say that they don't really see that in younger actors, but I can see that sometimes, and I can see that in her. She's great. I would love to see her in other horrors. Owen McGregor, you'll see him coming up in Birds of Prey, which I'm excited to see as well. He was also Obi-Wan Kenobi. And yeah, the movie was phenomenal. Go watch it. It had scares. It had the few good tunes are in it were also really good and really went with scenes that were depicted. You will feel emotions come out here and there, especially with the themes of dealing with children. Those themes were heavy and they really get you wanting to just jump in there and just be a part of the scene, be a part of the good side. The movie made you hate the villains and made you love hating them. Like, I loved hating the villains, and this is in a very good way. Like, that's how awesome these villains were. They weren't annoying. They were just like, oh my god, they were delivering. All the villains did great. There were some that were in the background, not really doing much or saying much, which I would have loved to see more of. I wanted to at least know more of the villain. Like, yeah, the villains were scary. Like I said, I didn't really get to know the villains that much. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I could have known the villains more. I feel like I could have known their powers more. I feel like I could have known their names more. I think they displayed a good amount of villains. I think there was like a total of 8 of them or 9, but I definitely feel like some of them stood out more than the others. And it's not just because of one had more screen time than the other. I'd say it's just more, one just had more lines more than the others. Like, some didn't even have lines at all, and it was just like at least 1 or 2 lines to reference what their powers were would have been nice. At least see them in action, see what their power is. And the movie is definitely like a witch movie kind of, and I'm gonna own this movie on Blu-ray for sure. This movie was a really good movie. Weak points are barely there. They're there, but they're barely there, and that's not a bad thing. It's good for a movie to be flawed. At least the director knows what to fix in the next one coming up. Will there be a sequel for this? I don't know. Could have a sequel. As far as The Shining goes, this definitely feels like a sequel to this Shining. I want to say that The Shining was more of like a slasher horror. This was just more like horror fantasy drama. There is a slasher sense to it, but it's not as slasher as The Shining. The Shining was more slasher. This one's more witch, I would say. Go watch it. It's already out in theaters. I hope you guys enjoy. Peace.